first live session of this 15 days program. And the purpose of this live session is to introduce you to the technical part of QGIS, which is the main focus of this course. Okay. And we do understand that we have beginners in this group. We have people who are aware of this program, of the software, but the effort will be to balance everyone's basic requirements and ensure that each one of you is able to use QGIS for the sake of communication at your own end. And today we will cover the basics of QGIS. My colleague Pulaha Roy, who will now take on from me, he will talk about what is QGIS, what is its relevance for all of us. And then he will take you around the brief introduction to QGIS. And he'll also teach you how to install QGIS, because people who are beginners, they have this fear, that this is a too complicated software. How do we even start using it? So Pulaha will also demonstrate the downloading of this program. How do you download it and how do you install it? Okay. And finally, we will end today's session by ensuring that each one of you is able to extract data on forest fires, okay, from NASA's website. And then we'll also end up with a short analysis of that data. Okay. And now I'm this over to Pulaha Roy, who will now take you and talk about what is QGIS. Within QGIS, there are two popular softwares. Within GIS, there are two popular softwares, QGIS and ArcGIS. But we are talking about QGIS because it is open source. Okay? And now over to Pulaha.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone can hear me. Just what I would like you guys to do is first, can you please keep your speakers off, because there's a lot of echo happening. So I'm guessing it's because a lot of people here, a lot of participants here have their speakers on. So could you keep the audio thing off? I can see Amrut, Pallavi, I think you guys have your speaker on. So that's why probably there's a lot of echo happening in the room. Hi, Pallavi, can you just keep your speaker off? Anyway, I hope everyone can hear me now. So let me just share my screen first. Susan, can you allow me to share my screen? Susan?
Is there a problem?
Yeah. Yeah. So this is the screen that if you can see. So let me start with a little bit of a brief introduction about myself. So I am Pulaha Roy. I'm a data journalist with Center for Science and Environment and Down to Earth. I do a lot of maps for the magazine, and those maps involve a lot of climate change stuff, disasters, health, and all those things. So you can check my work here at Behance. These are some of the maps that I've done over the years for the magazine. And now getting into about the training session. So what is GIS basically? As you can see, here's a small definition of what is GIS. It's according to the USGS, which is the United States of Geological Survey. A Geographic Information System is a computer system that analyzes and displays geographically referenced information. So what that means. Hello?
I just want to say something. Can you do your screen on a full screen mode?
Full screen, I think I have it on. Yeah, just 1 minute. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. Now you can see?
Thank you.
Yeah. So what is GIS basically? As you can see, according to, yeah, anyone has any issues? Hi, can you please keep your speaker? Yeah. So according to according to USGS, it's a computer GIS is basically a computer system that analyzes and displays geographically referenced information. So what we are looking for is very geographic centric data that we are looking for. So that is basically GIS. And one of the most early works of GIS is this map that you see here. Hi, can you please keep your yeah, hi. Hello. Hi, can you please keep your speaker off, sir? Dr. Prajapati, can you please keep your speaker down?
Okay, sorry, sir. Sorry. Okay.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. So as you can see here, so this map, so what does this map say? So this map is basically, so this map was done by a physician called Dr. John Snow, and this happened in 1854. This map is of an area in London called Soho, and Soho was seeing a lot of cholera cases. So what Dr. John Snow did was he mapped out all the houses which had reported cholera cases, and he found a very interesting pattern. He found all these black polygons that you see. These are the houses which reported all the cholera cases, and he saw so these houses were close to a water pump, and he asked the administration to do away with the water pump because his hypothesis was probably it was because of contaminated water. And the moment the London authorities they brought down the water pump, the cholera cases also came down. So that kind of proved his hypothesis that was right, that it was that water pump which was supplying contaminated water from River Thames that was causing all the cholera, that was causing a spike in the cholera cases. And this is one of the most earliest form of GIS practice that we have seen. Now moving over to, so that was a brief introduction about GIS. Now moving on to how do we use this technology, this GIS technology. So you see, I mean, GIS has been there. GIS has been there for a long, long time. You have cartograph. You have in the earlier times, you have the cartographers or the map makers. Charting out maps like as you see Vasco da Gama coming all the way from Europe to landing at Kerala. So those were the earliest form of GIS practices that we saw. And then modern GIS basically that starts in the 1960s with the advent of satellite data. And once the satellite data came into existence, so we had a lot of data to make sense of. And one of the ways that we use GIS technology is like as ma'am spoke about, there are a lot of softwares called ArcGIS and Autodesk and other things, Grass and all that. What we will be using is, hi, any question? Anyone? Anyway, so what we will be using is QGIS. And why QGIS? Basically because it's open source. So what do we mean by open source? The open source is basically so the source code that was used to make this software is out on public domain. So you can also edit those codes. If you think like you can make any improvement to the software, you can also do some editing there. So that's why open source. And the best thing about QGIS is everything is free. You don't have to pay for anything. Unlike say, if you're using ArcGIS, there are a lot of things, a lot of functions that you have to pay for and all. With QGIS, everything is free because it's open source. And one of the case studies that I want to give you is like what all you can do in QGIS is a simple map of this Nameri Tiger Reserve in the Sonitpur district. And what they did was they were monitoring tigers, and as you can see in the legend, so the green ones show absence and the yellow ones show present. So these are some of the things that you can do. I mean, in general, like GIS, that can be used anywhere. It can be used as like I spoke about Dr. John Snow. He was a physician and he used GIS. Here's someone who's trying to track tiger presence. They can use QGIS. If there are COVID cases, if there are there's this new virus that has come in, you can use GIS. So there are, I mean, so there are a lot of ways you can use GIS technology. Now moving over to, so now how to load QGIS. So what I would like you guys to do is just follow me here. And so here's the slide. Yeah, so you can go to qgis.org.download. You can use this link. Let me show you guys. Yeah. So here we are. So, so if you have the screen on, so you can just go to skip it and go to download. And here's the long-term version for Mac. If you guys are Mac users, if you guys are Windows users, then you just scroll down. Here's the download for Windows. Here. So what I would like you guys to do is use this one, offline standalone installers long-term version for Windows 3.34 LTR. If you guys are Windows user. If you guys are Mac users, you can go ahead with the first one, long-term version for Mac OS. If you guys are Windows users, you just go here and you just click and it'll start downloading. Please don't use the latest version for Windows 3.40. I'll tell you why, because there are a lot of features that might be different, and because you guys are beginners, so might as well just go along with what I am showing you guys. So please go ahead and just install it. It'll take a couple of minutes, so don't worry. I'll just wait for you guys.
Can you share the link from where they can download?
Yeah, sure. I'll just share it in the chat.
So Kula, Shruti has downloaded it, but she cannot locate it in her system.
So can you just see like where you downloaded the thing? Like which place? Like which drive to desktop? Okay, can you just share the screen, Shruti? I'll stop my sharing. Can you share it? Can you just share the screen, Shruti, once?
There's one more query. Somebody installed 3.38 Renewable. Is that fine, or should we reinstall?
Yeah, so if you have, hi Nigel, so if you have used QGIS before, you can go ahead. Just keep in mind, the interface might be a little different, but that's about it. The processing and everything remains the same, so you don't have to. Hi, so Shruti, I cannot help you because I need to see it, and it's better to attend it through your laptop because I'll be showing you guys work cases and all.
Shruti, the entire video will be sent to you, shared with you, so you can try it later on as well. So don't worry about this. Okay. Just focus on the demo. Is it okay? Thanks.
Is anyone else having any issues with the downloading? Just let us know in the comment section and we'll be there to help you guys.
Query from Andrea.
So just I'll share this thing. Just 1 minute. So if you have it already installed, if you're a Windows user and you have it already installed, so just go to that Windows icon on your desktop screen where you click and just type QGIS. That will show up. So like wherever you search your all the things that you download once you Hi Andrea, was I able to clarify your problem?
Hi, sir. I'm not. Downloaded it, but then it's in a couple of folders. So, can I just?
Could you just share your
Yeah.
can you just share your screen once?
Yeah, just a second.
Susan, can you just allow her to share her screen? That's fine, Avdesh. It'll take some time, so not an issue there.
Sir, there is option offline installer, a long-term version of Windows 3.34 LTR.
Go to good
Yeah.
Hello, this is Naina here.
Yeah, hi.
My
Hi.
system not
This
computing.
is showing me that it's going to take a long time, an hour or so.
How long is it showing, Nana?
An hour.
An hour. I'm guessing like there might be some internet speed
Okay.
issue there.
Okay.
So normally it takes around 10-15 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, depending on your
Okay.
internet speed.
I think
But
Okay.
this is a recorded session, and I'll be there in case you have any problem with the installation and all. I'll walk you through it. So just follow along for the time being.
Fine. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Should we wait for some more time or you can?
Another 5 minutes.
I'm not able to screen share.
Just 1 minute. Suzanne, can you just allow Andrea to share her screen?
Pali, please unmute.
Can you please
Please mute
mute yourself, Rupali? Yeah, so just click on the QGIS LTR. You just drag and drop it. Drag and drop it in the applications. Just drag and drop it in the application, Shruti.
Hello.
Rupali, can you just mute yourself, please? Is anyone having any issues?
Yeah, it is taking a lot of time to download actually.
Sir, it is downloading 2 minutes left only.
Okay, sure. No issues. Yes, Professor Ravindra, you have to install it in your system.
No, there is one more version that is 3.40
No,
with
just
the
go ahead with
QT6.
just go ahead with 3.34. Just go ahead with
That's it, no?
3.3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I've taken the 3.40. That's what's taking a long time.
No, just go ahead with 3.34.
So Kushbu has a
Okay.
query, Tula.
Yeah.
She already has QGIS version 3.28.3. So do you want her to install it?
If you have used QGIS before, then it's good, because a lot of times what happens is like when I'm teaching, the interface might be a little different. Last had this issue. So that's when so it's better like the year that I'm showing. So it's better to just use that 3.34. But if you're okay with the 3.28 version, that's absolutely fine. The processing or the calculation, everything remains the same except like the interface. That's it. That's about it.
Hi, thank you. So I did install 3.34, but my MacBook's giving me the sort of problem saying that it's not verified, the developer is not verified.
Yeah, so for that, I think you have to get a permission from Mac. So issue of getting permission from different for different software. Just do a quick Google search saying like how to get permission to run a software. Just do a quick Google search, you will find how to go about it.
Okay, and just one more question, because
Yeah, sure.
in my earlier version, I did a project once for a module during my master's, but I don't remember at all anything. So if I do the new version, will my earlier project get removed if I ever want access to it?
If you have the raw files, then it's the same. I mean, like if
Okay.
you have the raw files, if you have the raw data for it, then you just process it in the new version. That's it.
Okay,
If
great.
you have the raw data. If you don't have the raw data, then probably it doesn't matter whether you have 3.28 or 3.34. You still have to, process it again.
Sure. Let's move to the next.
And so we'll be moving on to the next step. QGIS. Yeah, it's
Can I say
the
something? Yeah.
yeah. Please go
So
ahead.
I have 3.36.3 version. So can I continue with that or should I
Yeah,
download?
you can continue with that, except like if there might be little difference between the interface that I am using and the interface that 3.36 is using. If you're
Okay.
fine with it, then it's absolutely, I mean, I don't have any issues at all.
Okay.
So I'll leave it to you, ma'am.
Can you share the
Yeah, thank you.
I'll just share the links once more. I'll just share the link. So should we go ahead now? Just follow along. Just follow along. If you guys have any issues, just be always there, or we can help you guys through mail and everything. So not an issue there. Just follow along. So let me just open QGIS now. You guys also open the QGIS on your system, and I'll share it. Share my screen. It'll take some time to open as well because it's a pretty heavy file.
So this may take some time. So let's move to the next process. And since I will share the presentation with you, this live session, you can also try it later on. It's fine with you. I think let's move ahead.
So I'll just I'm just opening it in my system now. What is the name, Ratin Mathur? What is the name of the file, as there are 6 files in the folder? Could you just share the screenshot, sir? Mr. Ratin Mathur, could you just share a screenshot of what you're seeing, the contents of the folder?
Shared earlier. If you scroll up, you can see the screenshot.
Okay, okay. Just 1 minute, sir. Yeah. Yeah, so it's the QGIS desktop 3.34.15, that one. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so let me just share my screen now. 1 minute. Oh, it's still opening. In the meantime, is anyone else having any issues with while it's opening in my system? Is anyone else having any issues with the installation?
Sir, it's downloaded and installing. No problem.
Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Unable to open the application. Shruti, just go to the Finder, and just search for QGIS LTR and it'll show up. Now it's not opening in my system. Okay, so where's the Zoom? Zoom. I can't find the Zoom interface. Back to meeting. Yeah, so I'll just share my screen now. Sharvari has a. Yeah, so just click on QGIS desktop 3.3415. 1, 2, 3. The fourth option. If you see QGIS desktop 3.34.15. So I'll just share my screen now. Yeah, QGIS. So here's how the screen looks like. Okay, so let me just walk you through what all we are seeing here. So this is basically where you have different browsing options. What you guys will be using a lot is this one, the browser panel, and this is the layers panel. Okay, these are the two panels that you will be using a lot. As for this one, like this thing, these are the other options, panel options that you will use. Not so much for when you're just starting out. Just remember, this is the one, the browser panel and the layers panel. These two are what you're going to use a lot. So now what we'll do is basically I'll walk you through. So one more thing is now, if you see, I'll just share the. Yeah. So now, just going back to the PPT. So we have installed QGIS successfully now. Now, how to load data into QGIS? Okay, and we have walked through that as well. Like this is the browser panel, this is the layers panel, and these are other panels and toolbars. So now the thing is, what kind of data are we going to load into QGIS? I mean, like, does it support a .mp3 file, or does it support a .jpeg, or .png? So GIS also has a lot of data formats that it supports, QGIS supports, and one of them is the .shp or shapefile. So what is a shapefile basically? So a shapefile, you see, is it's a geospatial vector file format which stores data in forms of shapes like points, polygons, or links or lines. Sorry. In other words, a vector file format is something which is scalable or does not pixelate, unlike say a .png. So what it means is basically, so no matter how much you stretch it, it's never going to pixelate. I'll show you what that means. And to see what's a shapefile, where to find a shapefile, what I would like you guys to do is go to this link, and I'll share it here in the comment section as well. Just go to this link. It's a website called Natural Earth, which has a lot of geographic data which is available. If you want to find more about Natural Earth, then you can go within the website in the About Us section. But for the time being, what I would like you guys to do is just download this. Download countries, admin 0 countries, download countries. It'll have the shapefile. It will have the data for all the countries, the country boundaries basically. So just go ahead and then download it. I'll download it in my download section. So just go ahead.
Sir, we have to download country.
Yeah. So I'll show you guys once more. So to just 1 minute. So if in the chat section, I've shared the link with the link with you guys. But let me just walk you through once more. So let me just walk you through once more. So as you know, like your screen sharing doesn't pause.
मेरा नाम बता देना नाम बताए पैसा नहीं दे रहा हूँ
Okay. So now you can see my screen, right? You guys can see my screen?
I could see only the QGIS.
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. So I'll walk you through what is a shapefile basically. So a shapefile, so a shapefile is basically a vector data format, and by vector data format, what we mean is, so like it's scalable, as in no matter how much you stretch it, it's never going to pixel it. Like say a PNG file or a .jpeg file, if you stretch it from its original dimensions, then it pixelates. So, but a shapefile, no matter how much you stretch it, it's never going to pixel it. So that's why it's scalable. That's what we mean by it's a scalable vector format. And to get a shapefile, one way is basically so here's the Natural Earth website. I have shared the link with you in the comment section. So just go there, and here in the admin 0 countries, just download this. Download countries. Just download countries. That's it. Okay. Just go ahead and download countries. Hi, someone, can you guys please mute your please mute it. Okay. So if everyone has downloaded it now, I'll go ahead and show you how to load it now. So one way of loading it is go to the browsers. Okay. So here you will see, let me just expand it a little bit. So here you will see in the home, here's the browser panel. I go to home. It will walk you through where you have downloaded it. Like I have downloaded in the download folder. Okay. So you guys go ahead. So once you click on home, navigate through to the place where you downloaded it. I have downloaded in the download folder. And here, I think it's this one, administrative bound. No, not this one. Let me just see. Let me just see once where I have downloaded. Should be here. Yeah, any 10 WGS 84 anytime admin country. So let me just unzip it first. So go ahead and just unzip it. And here, if you just refresh it, once you have unzipped it, just also refresh it in the browser panel. And here you will see I have this any 10M admin 0 countries. Okay, I expand it, and here's the shapefile. Here is the shapefile. Okay. So what you guys have to do is select it and drag it like this in the layers panel. And here you have it. I'll just show you guys once more. You go to the browsers panel. In the browsers panel, you'll see this home, expand it, go down to download, expand it. And there you'll have the any 10M admin 0 countries, expand it again, and you'll have the .shp extension. That is the extension for shapefile, shp. Every time you see a .shp extension, that means a shapefile. So just select it and drag it in the layers panel. That's it. Okay. Is everyone on the same page here? Like, is anyone having any issues? Anyone else having any issues? Just let us know in the comment section.
There's a query from Nigel. What is DBF file?
What is DBF file? So, if you see
Database.
Nigel, there will be other files as well, like DBF, like .cpg and all this. So those are other things that you need along with the shapefile. So whenever you are sending the shapefile to someone else, basically, you will need all the contents of the file. So let me just go to the folder here and show you guys. So you see, you have CPG, you have DBF, you have proj, which is I think guessing it's projection. You have SHP and you have SHX. So whenever, just remember this, whenever you're sending the shapefile to anyone, we will be using the .hp. Okay, but whenever you're sending the files to anyone, you will have to include all these files as well, because these files also contain certain kind of data that you need with the SHP for the SHP to work. Like what exactly is DBF? I would allow you. I would rather want you guys to go ahead and search. But for the time being, if you guys want to know like what is DBF, just remember this. Like if you're sending it to anyone, you will need this supporting files as well, like CPG, like DBF, like PRG, like SHP, like all those. How to enable browser panel? Okay. So, sir, if you see, so I'll show you how to enable the browser panel. So just click here, just go somewhere here in the other panel toolbar, basically just click here, and here you will see panels, and you'll have to check this browser panel. Okay, let me just show you. So see, I don't have a browser panel, but once I click this, you'll find the browser panel. Hi Shruti, can you just send a screenshot of what exactly is the problem? Shruti, can you just Mr. Prajapati, can you just mute yourself, please? Shruti, I'll walk you through this. Just send me the screenshot. For the time being, I'll just go ahead with the class. Just follow along. Just follow along. I'll just go ahead and yeah. So now with that we have we have this thing open. So not an issue. Okay. We have the shapefile. We have been able to load the shapefile. So let's see. Let me walk you through what this shapefile has and everything. So one thing you guys would like to do is just go. Let me just expand the layers panel here. Yeah. So just go ahead and right click on it, and you see this open attribute table. So this is the one that contains the data. Okay, so just go ahead and just click on the open attribute table. And you see this dialog box opens, and you say like you have Indonesia. It has all the data here. There's all the data here. It has the normal. Please mute yourself, sir. And it has some other data like population estimate and economy. It's an emerging region, MIGT, it's an income GRP, it's a lower middle income. So there's other additional data as well. But what I'm trying to say is normally when you're working with shapefile, a very good practice is always to when you load the shapefile, you always go to the open attribute table and you just go through what the data contains. Okay. So I'll just close it. And now we have the shapefile, but we want some other data as well. Say like if we want to visualize forest fires. And for that, and as you know, like right now, what's happening in California, just to give some context, what's happening in California. So it's always good to see, like, and we were talking about extreme weather because this training session also includes extreme weather data. And one very good extreme weather data is the forest fire data that we're going to look into. So for that, what I would like you guys to do is, if you go through the PPT and you come here, loading fire activity data. So what I would like you guys to do is, and I'll share this in the comment section. Just click on the link that I have shared, and it'll open up a NASA page. Just give it some time, it's loading. And yeah, what I would like, so here are the sensor. NASA has this active fire data that they keep track of. And these are some of the sensors that they use. The oldest one is the Modis C6.1, sorry, Modis C6.1, which is available from November 2000 to July 2002 to the present. There's this verse 375M SNPP. So what I would like you to do is, which is actually from 20 January 2012 to present, what I would like you to do is, you go down, you scroll down, and you see here's the text file CSV. What I would like you to do now is, here's the world, okay? Go to verse 375 SNPP and download the 7-day-old data. So this is 24 hours, this is 48 hours. What I would like you guys to do is click on the 7D, which is basically data for a week. So just go ahead and click on it and it'll download. I'll save it in the download folder, and the name is Swami verse C2 Global 7D. Just remember the name of the file. And it's downloading right now. It's a 31.4 MB data. So yeah, it's a big one. Take some time. And in the meantime, I'll just go to QGIS. So my thing has been downloaded. I'll go to QGIS. Again, I'll go to the browsers panel. I'll refresh it. In fact, like I don't think for the CSV, we don't need the browser panel. What I would like you to show is, how do you now load a CSV file in QGIS? Like say for shape. Yeah, hi. Hello.
नहीं मैं
Hello.
भी घर पे नहीं पहुंची हूँ अभी घर पे पहुंच रही हूँ 5-10 मिनट में
Hi,
चेक करके बताती हूँ तुरंत
can you please mute your phone, please? Can you please mute yourself? Yeah. So how do you load a CSV file onto QGIS? So for that, what you have to do is, you have this panel as well. Okay, this is the manage layers toolbar. I'm guessing everyone has it. Is anyone missing this manage toolbar? Manage layers toolbar. Which file has to be
Yes, I can
okay?
see it.
Yeah. So what you want to do is, again, let me see if it has is yeah. So what I would like you, if you have this thing missing, this manage layers toolbar, what you do is, you go click here. You see you have panels and you have toolbars. Okay. So I'll uncheck it, and I also don't have it.
Can you please show where did you
Yeah,
click for
yeah,
this?
I'm just showing it. I'm just showing it. Just follow along. So come here in the other manage toolbar. Just click here, anywhere here. Okay. And here you see in the panel, in the toolbars, you have this manage layers toolbar. Okay. So just check it. It was unchecked. Just check it and see, you will find this. Was everyone able to follow along?
Yes, I got it.
No,
Is
sir,
it-
I didn't get it.
Okay. Okay, so go to, yeah, there's another way of doing it, as Anushka is showing, is view. Another way of doing is a view toolbars. And this manage, so you have to check the manage layers toolbar. That's one way. The other way, with the one that I do, is just click here and just click anywhere here. Right click. I'll show it once more. Just anywhere here, just right click, and then you have to check the manage layers toolbar. Manage layers toolbar. Prof. Ravindra Gawali, yeah. So, sir, you have to download the CSV file for 7 days. It's I'll show you once more which file you have to download. If you go to NASA website, here's the page that will open. You have the active file data.
Now, can you share the link of the website?
I'll share the link of the website once more. Just in case anyone is having any issues. So this is the link that's going to open. These are the various sensors. What I would like you to do is just scroll down, and what we need is a text file, a CSV file, okay? And what I would like you guys to do is verse 375 SNPP, and you have to download the 7-day data. This is for a week, 7 day as in for a week. So just go ahead and download that, sir. In the meantime, I'll just go back to QGIS. Okay, so I'll go ahead with how do you load the CSV data? So let me show you that. So you have the manage layers toolbar now. I'm guessing everyone has it. So just go here, add delimited text layer. Add delimited text layer and a dialog box opens. Here you have the file name, and here you have there are 3 dots here. So click on the 3 dots, which basically, so every time in QGIS you see these 3 dots, that means you have to click and open and expand it. Okay, so just click on it. And now my dialog box opens, and what I would like is the Suomi verse C2 Global
Sir,
70.
can you repeat? Just have activated the manage toolbar, that panel. So can you just repeat it? What you have done?
I'll just show that, sir. So just right click anywhere here in the attributes to anywhere, right click, and you have to check the manage layers toolbar. Okay.
That done.
Yeah, manage layers toolbar. And now for the data. So if you have the manage layers toolbar, go to the add delimited text layer. Just go ahead, click on it. Suomi verse C2 Global 7D, open, and it'll automatically detect which the X field as longitude and Y field as latitude. And you'll see the data points here, the latitude, longitude, and all those things. There are other things as well. I'll show you, but for the time being, just click on add. And it'll take some time because it's a heavy file. It has like 31 MB CSV file. So it's going to take some time. So let it just do its job.
I can't, this add is blocked. I can't click that add.
Add where?
The below which you are showing the add, I can see close, add, and help, but the add one is
not activated.
Yeah, not activated.
Can you send a screenshot? Does it show? Does it detect your X field and Y field? Does it detect your X field and Y field, sir?
Yeah, it's showing me X field as longitude and Y field as latitude.
And it's a point coordinate. So just share the screenshot with me once.
Yeah.
So, sir, after selecting that file, we have to see the close.
Sorry, sir. Could you come again?
I've selected that file, CSV file,
from
my folder, and then the option that I'm getting close or help. So that means close. I have to say the close. That
no, you have to add it. Okay, let me just show it once.
Add option.
Repeat this thing. I'll show it once again. Just follow through. So here you have the add delimited layer. Go ahead, click it. File name. you have the three dots here. And if this is the file you have downloaded, open, and it will automatically detect the X field as longitude, Y field as latitude. Okay, a couple of things here. Just keep it as, so if you have in the file format, keep it as CSV. In the record and field options, don't change anything. First record as field names, check it, check detect field types, you keep it checked. In the geometry definition, keep it as point coordinates. Okay. And once you guys are done,
No, I have shared the screen. You can see it. It's still it's grayish. We can't click it.
I'll just show, I'll just add it once.
So same ad is not getting activated. So means I am in the same page, but I'm finding that this ad that is getting activated in your case, but in my case, that ad is
Sir,
not
same.
getting
This is my same.
Okay, that's strange. Let me just see. Let me just see.
Hello. So
The
basically, it
error
says
says CRS
CRS
must
must
be
be detected.
selected. What does that mean?
Can you just can you guys just share a screenshot of it?
I have actually. I'll send it again.
I've also shared the screenshot.
Grayed out ad. Okay. Nigel, let me just see the screenshot of Nigel. CSV. Okay, Nigel, if you go to the record and field options, what does it say?
1 second. Record and field.
CRS must be selected. Just
Maybe
one minute, let
selecting
me
a
see.
projection can help, I guess.
So I think
Yeah.
it says
So here's the projection. This is EPSG 4326. Do you guys all have the EPSG 4326 projection?
Yes, I have actually.
Yes.
Yeah. So just select the EPSG. So I'll just show you how to select it as well. So you go ahead, you click on the EPSG, and you see the WGS 84 EPSG 4326. Just click on that, select that, and say apply, and that should work. In the meantime, let me just see what problem. Okay, so Nigel, do one thing in the geometry CRS. You see the geometry CRS here. So just go ahead and select the EPSG 4326 WGS 84. Okay.
Repeat, kindly
So
repeat, sir.
just go ahead and do that.
In geometry, what we have to select?
Yeah. So you have this. So you have this field, geometry definition point coordinates, X field, Y field.
Yes.
Yeah.
X field, Y field is there. Yes.
And they're just below that you have the geometry CRS EPSG 4. So like in my, it's already detected as EPSG 4326 WGS 84. Right.
WG84. Yes, there is a two file,
So you have,
project and default CRS.
no. So in the geometry CRS, just open it and select the EPSG 4326. If it's not detecting automatically, so go ahead and select this. You want the 4326 WGS 84.
yeah, just the thing. So
Yes,
basically,
sir. I selected and it's working.
so in
Yeah.
Windows it shows two options. So there's
we have
one is default
selected
and one more as
Geometry
well.
CRS.
That's why.
This project CRS EPSG 4326 WGS. Now it is
Yeah.
working for Windows.
Okay.
Yes. Now I got the ad activated.
Yeah.
Now, yes, now they add this thing, it will be activated.
Okay.
Yes, sir. We have done.
Is anyone else having the issue?
Yeah, no issues. Perfect.
Thanks, Surangia, for the prompt.
Sir, if you don't mind, can you just tell me how do you insert the fire thing you were telling, right?
So like, how do you load the data?
Yeah.
Okay, just 1 minute.
Because it took time for me to download the thing.
So have you downloaded it, ma'am?
Yeah, I finished downloading it.
Okay. So what you have to do, ma'am, here is you have to go here, add delimited text layer, click on it. Here's the file name. Here are the three buttons, which means you have to expand it to open a dialog box. Navigate to the folder where you downloaded the file. Like in my case, it's in downloads. You click on this Swomiverse, open, and it'll automatically detect the longitude and latitude fields, columns. In the geometry CRS, just keep in mind to select this EPSG 4326 WGS 84 and just add, okay? And click on the add button.
Okay, sir. Thank you. I got it.
Okay, so we have
could
this
you
now. Yeah.
Could you please briefly explain why we went through the delimited option and not opened it through browser, the file?
Yeah, very good question. So, ma'am, what happens is normally QGIS can detect a shapefile just by dragging, okay, by drag and drop. But say if I do the same with, let me show you. So I refresh it and let me just go through the data. So let me just drag and drop this. Let me see what happens. See, nothing happens because QGIS can't detect what's a CSV file. We have to specifically instruct QGIS, and that's why you have the add delimited layer. Okay, QGIS can automatically install, detect a shapefile because that's like a very common thing that we use, a very common data format that we use, a spatial data format that we use. But for a CSV file, we have to add that extra step. We have to go through that extra step to instruct QGIS that okay, we are going to load a .csv instead of a .shp, and that's how they take into account like this longitude, latitude, all those.
Okay, so is it right then that all the tabular information comes through the delimited text window?
Yeah. The TSV is there, CSV is there. There's also one you will see here. So here's a CSV, comma separated value. You have regular expression delimiter. You also have custom delimiters. Custom delimiters are any text. So if you want to separate it through tab or a semicolon or a colon, you can use that. Okay. So like what I mean by custom delimiters is basically say if instead of a CSV, if it's in the format of a text file, but it's still data, right? It might be a text file, but it's still data. And you just want to separate it. So what you do is just hit on the tab and like you do in Excel, if you're familiar with Excel. So that's how it works here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, so now we have this, and let's see. Let me just it's looking very ugly right now. So let me just quickly now show you how to style it a little bit. So what I would like you guys to do is you have the Any10 admin, the shapefile, basically the shapefile layer. Go to the shapefile layer and right click and go to properties. Earlier we had seen open attribute table. We'll go to properties here. And just in case if you are curious, what I would like is, okay, first let's just go through
Sir, 1
the.
minute. How you added the save file? Because I have started late because it download has taken time on time. So save file.
Sorry?
How you have added the save file?
So yes, sir, you have to drag and drop it.
Okay.
You have to drag and drop it. So what you have to do is you have to go to the browsers column. You go to the browsers column and then you have the Any10 admin countries. I hope you haven't downloaded the shapefile.
Yes, I have downloaded the save file.
Yeah, so just select it and drag and drop it like this in the layers panel. See? Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So like we did with the shapefile, let us also see what kind of data is there. So for that, we have to go to the open attribute table. And there are a lot of features, a lot of data here, so it'll take some time to load. And here you have it. So as you can see, guys, can you please keep yourself on mute, please? So what you have is the latitude, longitude. This is bright TI4. I'm guessing this is the brightness. There's a scan, the track, acquired date, satellite. Now the confidence level. That is something that is like of some use to us. This version. What I would like you guys to do is, just in case if you guys are there's also FRP. FRP, I'm guessing, is the intensity at which it's burning. So that is also useful to us. What I would like you guys to do is, just in case you want to know what all these data points are, you can go to the NASA website. They have this documentation page where it says like what all the data fields are about. Like they'll give you short definition of every data field. So now coming back to the shapefile. So the shapefile. So now let us just style it a little bit. So what I don't want. Yeah, hi.
Can you please repeat what you just said before about the properties? Because I just shared a screenshot.
Yeah, I'm just, yeah.
And the VIRS file, the 7-day data, just doesn't show on my screen in that way as it's being seen on yours.
Yeah, because it hasn't been detected. You have to go to the add delimited layer and you have to load it.
That's what I did. I did the exact same process that you had said, but okay.
Just go.
Yeah.
So does it show now?
So I have to do it again. I have to.
Yeah, just go ahead. Because right now from the screenshot that I see, it hasn't detected it as a .csv. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure that QGIS detects it as a CSV file. So for that, you go to add delimited layer. You go to add delimited layer. You go to the file. You click on this 3 buttons, which is basically browse. Okay, and then just make sure once. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's just go get into some styling. So what I would want now is, I don't want this yellow fill. Okay. I just want the boundaries. So what I'll do is I'll go to the shape layer, the shape file layer. I'll click on it, right click, and it'll show properties. So I'll click on the properties and I'll open a dialog box. And I'll go to symbology. So you have information source, you have symbology. In symbology, you have the single symbol, the simple fill. What I would like you guys to do is click on simple fill. Here's the color ramp. Here's the fill color ramp. Click on it. And drag it to the other end. So the opacity comes down. So there's 0 opacity now. And click apply. Okay. Guys, can you please mute yourself? So now you see, so it doesn't have any fill, it only has the boundaries.
Can you please repeat it?
Yeah, I'll repeat it once again. So you go to right click. Properties. Can you please mute yourself? Right click on the shapefile layer, properties, click on it. Madhumita, can you please mute yourself, please? Madhumita, can you please mute yourself? I'll show it once again. Go to the shapefile layer, right click, you have the properties, click on it. You go to symbology, you have information source, you have symbology, third from top option. You go to simple fill, you click on this and you then just drag it. Either you drag it here or you drag it like this and hit OK. So in the fill color, you won't see anything here except the background, like which is going to be like this. And then you click apply.
Sorry to interrupt, but there is one more option, I guess, so that it goes directly transparent. You can, if you click
Yeah, you can do that as well. Not an issue. You're saying this, right? You can just hit it here like this. Yeah, that also works. That's absolutely.
Not that. The corner you have dropped down option at the end.
Sorry?
Go to the simple fill.
Okay, 1 minute. Let me just go to the simple fill. Yeah, select the
Yes.
simple fill.
You have this transparent area
Yeah.
there. If you click it,
Yeah, you can do that. Either way.
there is one
Either
more
way.
option. You can directly click on transparent filler.
Yeah. Either way. So if you click on this, you can just hit transparent fill. You meant this one, right? Transparent fill. You just check on this.
Yes.
Yeah. That also works. So the more you use QGIS, the more you're going to find shortcuts and all. And that's absolutely, as long as it works, it's absolutely fine. As long as whatever you want to do works, it's absolutely fine. So you close it. And so now we don't have the fill. And what I would want is also to change the Mr. Can you please keep yourself on mute? If you don't have any question, please keep yourself on mute. Okay, so another thing that I would like to do is now decrease the size of these polygons, these circles, basically. Okay, because right now they're too big and we can't make out like what are the hotspots and everything. So let us just go ahead and properties. Mr. Tarake, can you please keep yourself on mute? If you don't have any questions, please keep yourself on mute. So I am on the this verse, the data itself, like the fire count data file, and again in the symbology, you have the marker. You have the simple marker. You click on it. You see the size here, and it's in millimeters. What I would like you guys to do is make it 0. I don't know, 5, I guess. Let's see how it works. Apply. Is it too small? I'm kind of okay with it. If you guys find it too small, you guys can also increase it a little bit. So let me just see. I'll increase it to 0.9. And load the data. And in the meantime, what I'll do is I'll also bring down the opacity of the stroke color, not the fill. Okay, so there's the difference: the fill color and the stroke color. The stroke color is the outline basically. So I don't want that. I would want it to be 0%. And I would also like to change the fill color of the I'll keep it, since it's fire, I'll keep it red. Okay. And I'll hit apply. And now it looks glowing red, and we can make out the hotspots here. I'll take some time to load, so let it load. And you can see here you have Congo, you have the whole Central Africa, you have the whole of India, you have the whole of Myanmar. I'm guessing Myanmar, Vietnam, the Southeast Asia, and Southeast Asia, you have the Central Africa. So I'm guessing these are the hotspots. And this is all good for now. We can make out the hotspot. But what if we want like a country-wise, a country-wise figure? Like if I want to know, like how much did India have? Okay, so for that, now what we have to do is we have to calculate. And this is where the power of QGIS comes into play. It allows us to quantify things. It allows us to quantify spatial data. And as the name suggests, the QGIS full form is quantum GIS, which basically means you can quantify things here. Okay. So this for displaying and all is good. Yeah, hi Kushbu, please go ahead.
So I accidentally tried to zoom in and now I have lost, my screen is all white. I tried zooming in to see.
Can you
and
just
now
zoom out?
I can't see.
Yeah, because it will be loading. Okay, so you have to be a little careful. It will be loading because that's a huge data set. That's like 30 MB of data. Okay, 7 days of data. So just give it some time. Let's see if it renders or not. If it still doesn't render, then let me know.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see now. So we want to quantify this whole thing. And so for that, what I would like you to do is you go to vector, and here you have the vector option, and you have the analysis tool, and you have the count points in a polygon. Go ahead. Here's the polygon. Okay, here's the points. So the polygon is the shapefile. For points is the data field. Okay, and the count field name will be num points. The count. Let's hit run. And everyone got an error, right? Is everyone getting an error here?
Can you please repeat this vector step?
It says feature 161 from anywhere has invalid geometry. Please fix the geometry. I don't know what it says. What I would like you guys to do is find out what this error means. But in the meantime, I'll show you how to go about it, how to fix this error. I would like you guys to know what this error is. I won't tell you what it means, but I will show you how to fix it. So let's fix this first. So it says some, geometry point error and everything. Okay, some fancy talk jargon that they are throwing up, but that's fine. What I would like you guys to do now is go to processing, click on processing. There's the toolbox. Okay, the first option, toolbox. Go to toolbox, and here in the search option, you look for check validity. Check validity. See, check validity. I'll again show you guys once more. Go to processing, click on toolbox, and then you search check validity. Click on check validity and keep everything as it is. Just remember the input layer has to be your shapefile. In my case, this is showing the fire count data, but I want the layer to be shapefile because that's what we are trying to fix. Everything else remains the same. Don't tweak anything here. Don't add anything here. Everything else remains the same. If you have the input layer, as the Suomi bus, just change it to any 10M admin. Okay, and click on run. And it will process something and it'll create a couple of files. Okay, it creates a valid outfield, an invalid outfield, and error output. I think, yeah, it creates 3 files. I'm guessing everyone, so like for every, it created 3 files, right?
Can you please repeat what to do when we find the check validity?
So when you go to check validity, ma'am, in the input layer, you have to select any 10M admin countries. Okay. After that, everything remains the same. You have the geos. You have to create a temporary file. You don't do anything else. Everything remains the same like this, and you just hit run. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it creates 3 files for us.
Mm-hmm.
Now the next step is search for fixed geometry. Can you please keep your on mute, sir? Dr. Gunjan Kumar, can you please keep it on mute? Click on fixed geometries. And in the input error, again you have to go for this one, anytime admin countries. Okay, just select this, anytime admin countries, and click on run. Okay. And it creates a fixed geometry file. And we need this file. Okay. So whatever processing now we are going to do is we're going to do on this. And one thing I showed you was when the initially when we I'll just uncheck all the other files and it just shows, and I'll change the color of this one as well. Yeah. Now also uncheck this one, the original any 10 countries. So remember, like in the vector, the initially what we tried to do was in the analysis tool, we did the count points in a polygon. That's one way of counting. I'll show you another way of counting. That's one way, and that's absolutely fine. I'll show you another way, and that another way is you go to again processing, you go to toolbox, and you search zonal statistics. Zonal statistics here, okay? And you click on zonal statistics. Oh, okay, this is for, okay, no, my bad. This is only for raster, my bad. Just forget that, my bad. So you just go to vector only. You just go to vector, you go to analysis tool, and you count points in a polygon. That's it. The other one was for raster file format, which I haven't explained it to you guys. We will also talk about that later in the class. But since this is only for shapefile, we can use just this one. The vector analysis tools, count points in a polygon. Okay. And here the polygon is our, so you have to keep this in mind. Okay, in the polygon, this is the one that we are going to use, fixed geometries. Okay, fixed geometries, and the points we are going to use is this one, Suomi verse. Okay, and then there's the number. You can change it to whatever count or whatever you want to create. You can also change the name of the file that it generates. I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to hit run and let's see what happens.
Could you explain why we are doing this? What is this?
Yeah, you'll see. Let me see the file that it generates. Once the file generates a file, it will come up with the data here. So it generates a file. Let's close it. Let us see. So here's the count that it gives. Okay. Open attribute table is Indonesia. Okay. You scroll down and here you see num points. And that's what we wanted to do. We wanted a countrywide, count of fire points there. And Indonesia has 188. Let's see Malaysia. It has 27. Chile, it has 750. Bolivia, that's 328. Peru, that's 343. Let's see India. It has 10,488 fire counts in the last 1 week. And that's what we wanted to do. We wanted a country-wise, analysis. See, what we did was, let me just uncheck the count file. You see, we can see like some of the hotspots here. So like this area, the Central African region is a hotspot. We have India, you have Pakistan, the Southeast Asia, China. Here you have in the eastern coast, in the eastern part of US. But we wanted a country-wise count, like how many fire counts happened in the last 1 week in India. This is all good for looking at it. This is all good for looking. We can say, okay, these are the hotspots and all. But say, like, if I wanted to know, like, how many fire counts happened in India, then what do we do? So this is the process where you can quantify the spatial data. You get my point? I hope everyone got what we were trying to do here.
I am having one question. So these are all fire points which you are mentioning.
Yeah.
Do you think in India, is there any fire like how it is happening in Los Angeles, totally different from India? I have not seen any fire coming up in India. So how this is totally red in India? I couldn't get that point. Can you
Yeah.
explain me that?
Okay, so yeah, that's a very good question. So what happens is what NASA does is basically NASA tracks fire. It won't say it's a forest fire or it's a stubble fire or it's fire from any industrial hub or anything. It will only say fire. Now the next thing that I would like you guys to do is see which one. So we know for a fact that if I zoom in and this place is Punjab. I know here, if I'm looking here, this is going to be mostly going to be stubble fire because it's Punjab. Okay. Now here, this is Uttarakhand. In Uttarakhand, you won't see stubble fire because this is all forest. And one way of detecting that is this data set, land cover data set that we use to detect which one is forest fire and which one is stubble fire. I'm not getting into like how do we go on to detect it because you need a little bit more practice on QGIS before you head on to that to differentiate between what is a stubble fire and which one is a forest fire. I'm not getting into that. But what we can say is in terms of fire activity, just in terms of fire activity, we can say like in the past 1 week in India, you had some 10,000 odd fires. We can say that. Say like okay, so here in this is another hotspot. Okay, see this I'm guessing is Nigeria. Let's see how much Nigeria has. Can anyone find Nigeria here? Nigeria. So Nigeria had some like 51,000, over 50,000 forest activities of fire activities. Even if we don't know, even if we don't know if it's a stubble fire or a forest fire, what we do know is that it's a hotspot, like 50,000 fire activities in a week. That's a lot. That's a lot we are talking about. So that's what we want to know. Okay, let's see Amazon. We know the Amazon region is here. And let it load. The Amazon region is here. You can see the Amazon, like we don't have the number because we have to come up with a shapefile for just for the Amazon region. But you can see like this is, we know for a fact that this is Amazon region and we can see the fire points happening here. This won't be stubble. This can only be forest fire, right? I hope I'm able to answer this.
No, I'm still getting confused because I couldn't see any fire like forest fire in India. I don't know how is like generated through the satellite. So what kind of fire it is in the
Yeah, so
forest?
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that this is forest fire. I am saying there's fire activity happening. I am saying like if this is Punjab, the a long shot is this is going to be stubble fire. But say if it's happening in Uttarakhand, this region, then it's going to be forest fire. If it's happening in Nepal, in these regions, which are highly dense forests across this whole Himalayan stretch, it's mostly going to be forest fire.
What about the south and Odisha? Is there also the forest fires?
So we looked into it, yeah. So we looked into it, and initially we thought it's going to be forest fire, but when I checked a couple of days back, it's actually stubble fire, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, hello.
What you have to do is, let me show you. What you have to do is, I won't get you, I won't show you the steps, but let me show you a satellite image. We can just overlay a satellite picture, satellite. I'll show you. Okay. So now if you see the green patches, but this is not green patch, this is stubble. This is all stubble. I'll also show you, like you can see the farms here. So these are all farms. These are not forest. You can see the farms here, right? You see this point here, you see this point here.
Is it also counting cooking fire and the bonfires that we light for eating also?
Sorry?
Cooking fires.
Cooking fires.
Is it also counting the cooking fire and the bonfire that people light up in rural areas for
Yeah,
heating their
you
food?
never
Because
know with NASA how powerful it is. I'm guessing NASA has a way of detecting every fire. Could be.
Okay,
But
fine.
one thing is like NASA will never say like if it's a forest fire or not. That's up to us to detect whether it's a forest fire or a stubble fire. A good researcher will always overlay some other data just to detect whether it's a stubble fire or a forest fire.
So let me tell you a story on this.
Yeah.
So recently, one of our colleagues was traveling to Orissa. Okay, and when he came back, he asked Pulaha to just verify, because while flying over Orissa, he found that he could find a few places burning, Then he asked Pulaha to check whether that's forest fire or stubble burning. Because we know that stubble burning happens across the country. So Pulaha did verify that. So at the first stage, he said, sir, it's probably it's forest fires. But then he went through Landsat data and then he verified it's not forest fires, it's actually stubble burning that's happening in Orissa. So no, so you have to combine two different sources to even come to the conclusion. But the fact over here is so now we have what we have done is we have actually extracted data from Natural Earth Data website. That was spatial data as a map. So map looks very colorful. It indicates that yes, these are the hotspots. But to do an analysis and to give a larger message, for example, Indonesia had the maximum number of forest wildfires in the past 1 week, as Pulaha was showing. That's an analysis we can arrive at usually using the QGIS, which is not usually possible when you see a map. Map just gives you an indication, yes, something is wrong. But to further verify that, we have to dig deeper into it. We have to use it to analyze it. For example, here Pulaha went deeper into it. He went to the count aspect of the QGIS, went to countries list and gave us a message that yes, Indonesia has so many forest fire counts. That maybe forest fire could be stubble burning as well. We don't know. But the first indication is yes, Indonesia was burning. So the purpose of this is to use this to get numbers, which is not usually possible when you just see a map as it is. So am I clear? For example, he showed us Nigeria was burning. Okay, so one story out of this could be yes, Africa is hotspot, it's burning, but in Nigeria there are around 55,000 forest fires, and that's what going to communicate that yes, forest fire is an extreme weather event, and as of now, in the last 1 week, Nigeria is actually burning. But to do further, to get further insights, you can go to Landsat data, further do verification. You can talk to experts over there, get another aspect to it. Okay, and that's how you actually expand on your story or you want to communicate further. But the purpose of this is how do we extract data from a map that is visual to us as a simple image? Is it clear? And the purpose of this training is just that. It is not just to use QGIS, but the purpose is use QGIS to get the deeper information that a map has and then make sense of it and communicate it to say what you want to say. For example, I can see from here just now that I can have multiple stories on this. I can say this in India, when it's winter time, okay, India has forest fires, that could be forest fires, could be stubble burning as well. And both are problematic. But to further verify that, you have to go to different other source for spatial data. That's Landsat as a source for spatial data. Okay. So I have a story on India. I have a story on Africa. I have a story on Indonesia as well. But in just 1 week, I can say that at least in 2 continents, we can see fires. And the context is Los Angeles. So if you are going to communicate something on extreme weather events, I'll say as of now, wildfires is a challenge that the world is facing. As Los Angeles, just developed country, is facing this, we also are not far behind. And these are ways we communicate using these spatial data sets. The purpose of this training is to help you communicate better using data points that a map has. And usually we tend to miss out on those data points. Okay. I think
yeah, ma'am was able to explain it.
Is it clear? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
ma'am, I think I'm almost clear, but I just want to one more emphasize on one more thing. So
Yeah.
the fire can be of anything. It can be stubble fire, or it can be a fire in the forest, but there can be other kind of fire also. So I just want to clarify that this fire is only on these two parameters, or these fires can be
anything, it can be anything.
It
It
can
can
be
be
anything.
fire from a industrial complex. I'll show you.
Anything. Could be
So
Anything, na? So yeah, that's
yeah,
now
yeah,
clear.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Understood.
So that's why I never said it's forest fire. I said fire activity. There's a reason why I'm saying fire activities are not forest fire. Okay.
Understood.
Because I know for a fact that until and unless I do the due diligence to see which one is forest fire and which one is stubble fire.
That's the next step. That's the next step. But the first step is this.
The first step is to actually see like what could be the hotspots, right? The first step is to actually detect the problem. Then we go deeper and then we see like what the problem is. But first we have to detect the problem and we have to see and we have to detect where the problem is. But right now, like if we see where is the problem? The problem is probably Central Africa, like that's a hotspot. The problem is probably India, South Asia. You can see Pakistan, you can see India. The problem is probably the whole of Southeast Asia, like I think this is Vietnam, Cambodia, all these countries. The problem is probably the eastern coast along China. So we have to first detect the problem. And then we go deeper and then we do the due diligence and see what kind of fire is it? Is it stubble fire? Is it fire from industrial complex? So if you see here, sir, just to answer your question, you can see like off the coast of this is Mumbai. Off the coast also you find couple of points here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm guessing these fires are from the oil rigs. Okay. If to answer your question, like if it's only forest fire or it's just fire activity of any kind, I hope I'm able to now answer your question.
Understood that.
Yeah. Just one last thing I would like you guys to show is, so in case you want to this file, the count file that we generated, which has the which has the count of country-wise count. If you want this as a CSV for analysis, like let's see like which country had the highest fire counts in the last 1 week. Okay, so just do this thing. You have the count file that is generated. You go to you right click, export. Okay, save feature as, export, and then save feature as. Yeah, the format, if it's showing, it'll show different formats. Like it can show GeoPackage, ESRI shapefile, but we want it as comma separated value as a CSV. Okay. So this file name, you can name it whatever you want. I'll name it fire count. Save it in the downloads. That's where I save all my files. Save. And I don't want all these, I don't want so many columns. What I would like is, I think, admin name. I'll keep it to name. So what you would like to do here is deselect all. First, to deselect every name, every column. Then you check name, and then you check num points. Okay. And then you click OK. And it'll save. And it'll generate a file. I named it as fire count. So let's see what does it generate. I hope everyone has Excel in their file, because Excel in their system. If someone has the file open, can they do a quick filter and see which country has the highest which country reported the highest fire count before it opens on my system, because my system is a little slow. So just in case if anyone is able to open it in their system, the file that they generated. Okay, so let me just add a filter here. Let me just add a filter here. So Central African Republic had the highest, and after that it was Nigeria, like we were talking about, and then there's South Sudan, Australia, Cameroon, India is in the 12th spot. So yeah, so now we have actually quantified the spatial data, and we can say that fire activities wise, Central African Republic had the highest fire count, fire activity, followed by Nigeria, followed by South Sudan, and the rest. So this is the first module in a nutshell. Hopefully you guys found it a little engaging. We'll get on with other things in the next module.
So now Pulaha will use this data point to tell a story on this, right, Pulaha?
Yeah.
So you have a story in your
Yeah, I
head
have
right
a
now.
story here.
Okay.
You guys can also find stories here, whatever stories you guys want to do.
So as a data journalist or as a communicator, now Pulaha will now use a data to say that yes, 3 African countries are the hotspots of fire activity in the last 7 days. Okay. And so while the world is talking about Los Angeles forest fires, it is these 3 countries who also deserve the attention of the world or of the continent. Okay. Yes. The next session is on 4th Feb. It's again the same time, 3 to 4:30. There's a query for you, Pulaha, from Andrea Thomas.
So can you repeat how to save it? Sure, Andrea. What I would like you to do is, here's the count file that we had generated earlier. This one has the data for the counts. You go to you right click on the layer. You go to export. You go to save features as. Deselect all the columns because we just want 2 columns here. The first one is name, and the second one is num points. In the format, you keep it as CSV, and you write the name of the file name, which is fire count, or whatever name you want to come up with. And you click on this. And this one opens a dialog box where you can save the file. I've saved it in downloads. You can go ahead and save it anywhere and just click save. And one final step is then you hit OK here. And that will generate the file. I hope you were able to follow, Andrea.
Rajkumar has a question, Pulaha.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Can you share the recording of the session? Yeah.
Yes, that will be done. So the entire session will be shared with you. It's been recorded.
It's been recorded.
If you have more queries, you can post your queries on Moodle. We have a discussion forum over there. So please feel free to share your queries with us. Secondly, you can also email it to either Susan, my colleague, who is writing to you, or to me.
Yeah, hello, ma'am. This is Naina here again.
Hi.
This file got just downloaded now after long, the entire session got over now. So since I've been just looking through this process, technically been just going through from your file, one file to another file. So I've just lost the, some way out. So yeah.
So don't worry, Naina, don't worry. You can call up Pulaha as well, or you can just again post your doubts and write an email to me. It's my email ID is kiran@csindia.org. Okay, it's there in the email that I've been sent to you.
Yeah.
So Naina, this one with this recording will be uploaded. Okay, and we also have the PPT that we'll share with you guys.
Okay.
And recording is also there. So just
Yeah.
follow through the steps, just in case you still have, like, if you walk into any issues or anything, we're always there. So that's
Okay.
absolutely fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you again on the 4th for another engaging GIS session. Hopefully, you guys liked it, the first class, and hopefully, you guys be there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, I need to be there.
Thank you.